there, survivors! Today I've built this futuristic villa in ARK Survival Ascended, and I'm actually very excited with the way this one turned out. It includes everything like a little beautiful garden out in front with a pool as well for your dinos to relax or yourselves after hard days of work, as well as a nice dino pen below, some living quarters, your crafting, your storage, and you name it, everything that you need as a survivor, and of course a nice bedroom with a great view. So this futuristic villa should definitely mean that you can live in luxury and have plenty of space for those things that you need. I've used a bunch of cosmetics, of course, to build this one, mostly the modern custom cosmetics combined with the modern planks or the modern wood custom cosmetic, the quantum custom cosmetics, and the clingers concrete custom cosmetics to get this really cool and unique look. But of course, you can always play around with trying different cosmetics to get the same look. And do let me know down in the comments below if you would like to see a full step-by-step build tutorial on how to build this one yourselves, and I'll try to get it out as soon as possible. For now, we're going to take a big tour around the place. I'll show you all the little rooms, details, and things to discover at this base. But yeah, as I said, I am quite excited for this one. This looks really cool, and I'm actually quite excited to show you this awesome futuristic villa base. Now we're here on Estrellas on one of the many islands. If you want to build at this exact spot, it's right here over on the map. It's like a big island, relatively flat. I've built it up on this little hill. We've got a lovely little river right out in front, some blossom trees that spawn here naturally, and mostly just a lot of cool palm trees. And then you can see the awesome futuristic villa out here. I've used a little bit of the mods as well to spice it up, like JVH landscaping as well as JVH garden. And I also used some decorations from the RR home deco mod, which isn't a cosmetic, so you can't use that unofficial. But yeah, this is looking quite nice. Of course, the cosmetics themselves and the structure you can build without needing any mods. But yeah, just the details and the decorations, you can't do all of them. But here we go. We have a very cool looking villa with a big overhang there for the bedroom. Some cool unique shapes using a lot of the concrete look, which I really like, combined with some of the other modern structures. But yeah, you can definitely change around the concrete because that is a premium cosmetic. So if you don't have that one, you could definitely just stick to the modern ones, which are free. And for these ramps, I often get questions about how I get these ones. This is the quantum skin, which is another premium cosmetic, but you could also just paint like tech or metal black and you would still get a pretty decent look. Because personally, at least I don't really like the textures from the modern one. I love them here on the walls, but for some reason if you place them on roofs, they become like more like wooden roofs, which isn't really the kind of fit that I'm looking for. But yeah, you can see here we've got a new villa design. I'm quite happy with the way this turned out. We got a very nice slope here at the front for the dino pen, and then some different boxes and shapes up there for all the different sections of the build. Really like this big overhang, which is also partially why we built this garden in front. Of course, you don't need all of it. I kind of just expanded it to make it look a little bit nicer in general. But yeah, then we have a nice side view here, so you can see that the dino pen has a cool design look there. And then we have this big white box here at the back with some cool custom designs going on, as well as the forges and everything. And then we have this section kind of breaking up all the deal, and the cool concrete stair going into these balconies, which is quite nice. And we have a little side entrance here as well for the dino pen. Same thing on the other side. But yeah, let's take a quick look around and see what this base is like. But as I said, I'm very excited about this one. I think this one really turned out really nice, and I would love to use this as my base. I think this is a really cool one. So yeah, of course, it's kind of integrated into the landscape so that you can easily enter the base. We have the lovely gardens here using JVH and some RR home deco to spice things up. So we have some of these swings. We have some taxidermy as like cool statues around the place. We got the pool, which is a custom cosmetics, which is like a the wild water custom cosmetic, which is quite nice to get these custom pools in your builds. We've got some shark dermises here as well, which is of course a great little addition. We have a little bit of the ARK home deco here as well to kind of just add some details to the gardens. But yeah, this is mostly just a nice place. Look like you could just park your flyers here, or just park bigger tames here if you wanted to, of course. We have a lovely little garden set out here with some friends chilling out, the dodos and the jaboas that are now improved, and they're now squirrels. As you can see, it's a very nice cosmetic skin for your jaboas if you want to use it. They're very cute, and I love all their little animations they do constantly. It's a very nice addition. I've got a teleporter out here as well. But yeah, this is just the nice front garden and a nice front view. We've got more tames relaxing here. We've got the dodo, the squirrel, and the little Cosmo guy. It's all super cute and super comfy. So yeah, these are the gardens. Not very practical necessarily, but just a very nice look. And yeah, then there's different ways to get into the build, of course. You have these big stairs going up to this little balcony here, where we have the industrial, well, not the industrial forge, the steam forge here with the quantum skin producing some stuff. We have some extra storage here. My travel terminal from our home deco, but you could of course also just use a transmitter. And we have a lovely balcony that also gives you a view from the other side of your base, which is of course always a good thing. And then we have the door into the main crafting and storage section, I would call this. So you have all your typical crafting stations like the chem bench, the fabricator, some extra storage here. We've got the tinkering desk, we have our generator, we got a smithy, we've got the grinder here, and of course additional storage around, the clock to boost things, more storage here, and then the main storage system I've hidden here underneath the staircase. So we have some additional vaults, but mostly just using dedicated storage, of course, to make it all more convenient. And for the rest, it's kind of nice open design. We've got some big windows, which I always enjoy, so you can enjoy your lovely view around the base on both sides. And then also here with the balcony, you have some nice big windows. You got a dino gate on this side, so you can easily get to this like balcony part where we have the industrial forge with some other tames that you could easily park here. Nice spot to park some of your flyers, as you can see, because you have some decent space here to park some of them. And then here we have this little hallway kind of connecting the two with some windows to let in a little bit of light. And mostly this is just a connecting way to the other balcony, so you can go all the way around. So it's a nice little design piece hallway that yeah, just adds a little bit of nice interest to the build and kind of supports the bedrooms above. Then if you want to go into the next layer, of course, we have the stairs here going up. So if you want to visit the rest of the floors, we have some libraries here. We have a little lounge area here where we can play the piano, enjoy some music. We have a big map on the wall as well. And then here we have our private sleeping quarters. We have some tech sleeping pods. We have a little bit of personal storage here in your room. You have the smithy, in this case a Dino terminal from the Dino Depot mod, but it could also be your personal cryo fridge, of course. And you have another balcony so that you can enjoy the amazing views over your garden, as well as just your view in general. And yeah, have a good time. Or of course you could park a flyer here, because you can easily fly like an RG or something in here to park it up there, so that it's right next to where you log off for the day. And then this continues into the rest of the design. So quite open here, which I kind of like, with a lot of nice windows. We actually have these ceiling windows everywhere, the rooftop windows, to just let in as much light as we can. And then we have some more RR home deco stuff in here to kind of decorate the place. The big living room here, where we still have a lot of space left. And we have a little kitchen here with the cooker, the grill, the fridge, and the little water fountain here. And then we have a little seating area as well. We have a little dodo, we have another jerboa being all cute, and some aquariums and terrariums here to just decorate the full bit. But yeah, you definitely have plenty of space, nice open design, and again, a lot of windows, which I always really like in these modern builds, just to let in a lot of light. If you're wondering what the windows are from, it's from Architect Structures Remastered. That's the way to get this very nice and clear glass. Of course, that's a proper mod, so you can't use that on official, but there's definitely enough different cosmetics out there now that you can find some nice glass that you like the look of. And then we have another rooftop balcony here. We have a nice spot for some of our flyers or iguanas, as you can see, so you can easily take off and go out and do your business. We have another cool shark statue here, and we have some more tames just chilling and hanging out here, having the best life they could possibly have, just enjoying their day and enjoying the sun. So yeah, that's quite a nice design. Of course, I think you have plenty of space. Of course, you can decorate it any which way you would like, but I'm kind of happy with the way the whole thing turned out. And then of course there's still the Dino pen, which is all the way below. So if we go back into the little garden out in front, then we have the big gates here to get into our dino pen. So yeah, this should be pretty big. I think you can get some pretty big tames in here. You can see a Rex here for size. Probably not gigas, although they could technically maybe fit inside. Probably not the best thing to keep, but yeah, you got plenty of room, so you can do all your breeding and hatching here. We have the replicator here as well, because it's high enough inside. We have some side entrances, as I said, so that you have access from whatever way you're approaching. Got some Gigantoraptors growing up over here. We got the Mega Lab in the corner. We have a little hatching area here. We have some of the gene and trait stuff and the embryo stuff here. We have cryo fridges, normal fridge, and even a bio grinder if you want to make some easy kibble in your base. So yeah, you have a decent amount of room here. Definitely you can use it to whatever way you want, of course, and especially if you play around with the decorations inside. Like, you could have this as your main storage area if you prefer. If that's easier with unloading, you can definitely do that as well. It's totally up to you, but yeah, you do have a decent amount of space, and as far as I've checked, it's definitely possible within the official limit as well. So yeah, that brings you to quite a cool base, I think, personally. I really am quite happy with the way this turned out. I love this little area with the open balcony for the forge, which is quite easy to park your flyers at. I love the dino pen below and all these different sections working together. I really like the concrete look. I've always wanted to play around with that mod a little bit more and just be able to utilize that more and work it into some designs, and I think it's definitely worked very well here. I love this little staircase going up into the base and the little garden out in front. I mean, it's definitely a nice addition. I always love to dress up the base, of course, and make it look nice. So if that's something you enjoy, you can definitely add that in. But again, you don't really need it. You need only a few layers of this, probably until here somewhere, to support basically the big floating piece up there. But the rest is just for decor, so you can definitely leave it out if you don't have that much space to work with. But yeah, I'm very happy with the way this one turned out. I love this villa design. I think it's quite a practical base as well, with a lot of space to utilize. So definitely let me know if you'd like to see a full step-by-step, because I would love to make one, and I'll try to do it as soon as possible. We got a lot of these lovely guys hanging out. I really like them. Their look is great. Their animations are amazing. So I love just having them around. Yeah, it's a really cool one, and I love the base. They own this base now. They're living here. They're enjoying their life. They're having the greatest time. So hopefully you like this build as well. Let me know down in the comments if you do, and if you would like to see a full step-by-step tutorial on it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again in the next video or stream. Goodbye.